Hey, what's up guys, TechMail here. In today's video we'll be talking about a device that's earned a name for itself, Budget King. The Redmi Note series right now seems to be one of the hottest budget or mid-range devices you could buy, and in this range we have the Redmi Note 9, which offers a Type-C USB, a 1080p display, 5000 mAh battery and a 48 megapixel camera. I assume why it is crowned a Budget King is with all of these specs, it retails at a price of $448, which translates to 70,000 naira. There's these expectations we normally place on either budget or mid-range device, and for me, the Redmi Note 9 checks all of these boxes and more. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly do so as it goes a long way to help this channel. Looking back at the Redmi Note 8, which is still a great device by the way, Xiaomi decided to go with a more different design with the Note 9. A not so common protruding camera setup right in the middle of the back. Yes, it will make your phone rock, but Xiaomi provided a TPU case to solve the rockiness. On the right is the volume rocker and power key. Left of the phone is the SIM card tray for dual SIM card and a micro SD card. Beneath we have the necessary things including the Type-C USB. And on top is the IR blaster and a microphone. I do like this feature, and even if you do not think of your phone as a regular remote control, but in cases where you can't find the remote or you're just too lazy to walk over and pick up the remote, you could just use your phone. The flat back design on the Redmi Note 8 was cool, but not as much as the curved edges at the back of the Note 9. This allows the phone to sit comfortably in your hand. Yes, this is plastic, and it is not one of those phones you would want to rock without a casing because it's a fingerprint magnet. And also, if you drop this, you're sure to get a dent. So I'd advise you to pick up a TPU case or any other casing to protect the phone. But if you feel you don't want to use a TPU case and you prefer rocking your phone like that, you can pick up a color box skin for a little above 8,000 naira. The screen size here is 6.5 inch, an LCD 1080p display, which has a little bit of bezel but nothing out of the ordinary. Over time, I didn't even notice the 13 megapixel punch-hole camera was there, and as expected, the 1080p Full HD on this device produces vibrant colors and has great viewing angles. Media consumption for me was a 9.5/10. But that's my opinion, that's for a device of this price range. But if I was to ask you guys to rate this over 10, how many would you give it? Let me know in the comments below. So performance on the Redmi Note 9 has been okay. The LOG 85 holds up pretty well, but depends on what you're doing anyways, provided you're not running a lot of apps at the same time. And if you intend to play a lot of games with this device, I suggest you go for the 4GB RAM variant if you can spare that cash. Heavy games like Asphalt 9 and PUBG is going to play at 30 frames per second, and every other smaller game like Temple Run and the rest or Candy Crush will play at 60 frames per second. Up next is the camera. It is hard to say this is not by far one of the best cameras on a budget device, but it is always good to keep an open mind. So the 13 megapixel selfie takes good, not great, but good selfie. But the back camera is where the party is at. Here are the samples of the shot I took with the 48 megapixel and the 8 megapixel ultra wide in different modes. The Redmi Note 9 shoots videos at 1080p, 30 frames, 120 frames and 60 frames per second. One other thing to mention is how real this camera is. What you see is what you get. You don't get overly saturated colors, so you're free to play with the colors as much as you want. I didn't notice anything odd or out of the ordinary while using this camera, but as I said from the beginning, it's always good to keep an open mind. So if you think there's another device with a better camera in this same price range, let me know in the comment section below. As mentioned before, we have a 5000 mAh battery charged via Type-C, and it comes with an 18-watt fast charge, which is very okay. But also we get a 9-watt reverse charging, which lets you charge other phones with an end-to-end cable. It takes below 2 hours to get from 0 to 100. Medium users will get about a day and a half, say 2 days. Light users will get 2 to 3 days, but heavy users are advised to carry a power bank. Not that you need it, but it might come in handy. The Redmi Note 9 comes in 3 colors, basically green, black and white. But let's call it what it is. We have the forest green, we have the midnight grey, then we have the polar white. The device runs Android 10 and is sure to get Android 11. We have a MIUI, which I cannot really complain since you have that option to customize as much as you like. There are lots of launchers out there and you can pick one which suits your need. Hardware are cool, but software is what makes a phone even great. Redmi Note 9 has a good number of software features. My favorite software feature on the Redmi Note 9 is the second space. This lets you jump simultaneously between users if you unlock your phone with the fingerprint you assign to either of the space. If all you do is take pictures, browse your social media apps, play a little bit of games, then this is the perfect fit for you. But let's just assume you're more productive, you use your phone, your screen on time is longer than usual, I'd advise you go for the 4GB RAM variant or the Pro variant. A thing to note is the brightness on the Redmi Note 9. It's not the best when outdoor, and also if your reason for buying one of this is the camera, I'd advise you pick up the Pro variant because you have 4K recording there at 30 frames per second. While on the Redmi Note 9, we have just 1080p at 30, 60, and 120 frames per second. Okay, big question. Is this getting better? Well, apart from the battery upgrade, the Pro variant answers this. You get a better camera with a better processor, 6 gigs of RAM, bigger battery with a faster charge. The situation we have here is similar to that of the Samsung Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra. I think the small models are made to push the sales of the bigger model, which is a win-win for everyone. This is the part where you guys contribute. Do you think the Redmi Note 9 is a take my money upgrade or hold my card and let me think? Would you consider buying this device or you already have one? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Okay, that rounds it all for today's video, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed this video by smashing that like button. But be careful, screens are expensive. Your subscriptions are highly appreciated and I would love to see you in the next one. Peace. Kindly leave the subscribe button if you have.
Capture what you want to say with your mind.
Capture what I want to say with your mind.